Go first class. Go with Plymouth Glass, your top choice for custom glass shower enclosures. Plymouth Furniture. Home starts here. Shop the Pig. Keats's Piggly Wiggly with locations in Plymouth, Howards Grove, Sheboygan, and Kiel. Meyer Motors. Serving the community with new and used vehicles for over 99 years. Visit us on social or gomeyermotors.com. Waldo State Bank. Local, independent, like you. American Legion. Veterans strengthening America with family and community engagement. Call 920-627-1879 for more information or visit wilegion.org.
Thank you, Lord, for a beautiful evening here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. It's an exciting night as we come to the end of the racing season for us here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, and we just thank you for the many, many nights that we could come each week and to be able to enjoy the dirt track racing here. We thank you tonight, Lord, that we can see some of the best of the Midwest as we think of all the sprint car drivers that are here and the different divisions that are going to be crowning champions tonight. We just are so privileged to be able to have the opportunity to come and to watch this kind of entertainment on a regular basis. And we're thankful for those who keep us as a nation, as a free land. We thank you for the military people, the retired and those who are active. And we thank you for the police and the first responders. Tonight I want to also thank you for the many field workers, the infield workers and the pit workers that are part of dirt track racing here at Plymouth. And I want to thank you for the different announcers. Even tonight we have 4 different announcers. As each week they excite us about the drivers and tell us information and share in the excitement of watching our favorite drivers. And we thank you too for us being able to be free in this land and to be able to come out on a regular basis and know that we are not going to be harassed. So thank you, Lord, for this country, and that we can be proud to be Americans, and that we can see our flag fly and be proud to see the stars and stripes. Thank you, too, that tomorrow we can go to a place of worship and honor you, and we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Amen.
All right, Tom, you knocked him out. Now let's get that hot rod going. Then you do a great job, you know that. Trophy sponsors tonight for the WingLESS division, Schwaller's Painting and Staining right here in Plymouth. For the other divisions, it'll be Jensen Sales and Service from Cascade. So with no further ado, Pastor Hankey's going to roll our dice for our inverts tonight. It's been coming up 8 quite often, and guess what? It is again. So that means the passing points, whoever has the most will start outside the 4th row, the 8th position. Flag is at half-staff tonight. You might be wondering why. That is because this is Fireman Remembrance Week. So that's why that's at half-staff. So we'll let Tom move that hot rod out of here. He said, don't wait for me. I'm going to take that as a yes. Let's go. Well, anyway, folks, are you all ready? This is one of the... Oh, yeah. Oh, you're looking great up there. You're looking great. One of our favorite nights of the whole season. Winding it down here tonight. Again, thanks for coming, everybody. And remember, support your local tracks. Let's go racing.
Looking for the green. Green's out. Down the back straightaway, Josh Davidson is your leader. Seth Johnson, the 99J, coming up to the outside. Johnson and Davidson, wheel to wheel in the open wheels at the end of lap number 1. Johnson takes the lead down the back straightaway in the 99J. Second spot is the car number 7D. Josh Davidson, 70. Chris Klemko is up in the third spot. Here comes Wilkie. Eric Wilkie in the 24 moves into fourth. Three laps in the books. 7 to go, a battle for second now. 7D of Davidson and the 70 of Klemko. Wilkie's right there, along with the 29 OG of Eller. And down on the inside now, Klemko tries to take that second spot. Davidson says, not today. Seven laps to go on the Sargento scoreboard. And Klemko in the 70 has taken that second spot. And we are yellow. Caution coming out from Todd Booker. We got a car up.
TJ Smith on the back straightaway.
TJ Smith just got that car out. He actually had it here last week.
Looked like he tried to exit the racetrack and punched that 69 right into the water barrels at turn number 3.
And the safety team out there right away. It looks like we've got 6 laps remaining. Josh Davidson third, Eric Wilkie the 24 fourth. That's your top 4. Remember, they're looking to start further up in tonight's feature. Green's back out. Klemko goes to the outside. Now he dives to the inside, down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Five laps to go. Ryan Zielski has now moved up in the 5th spot in the black-tailed 14. 14Z. Three laps to go this time by. To go, 2 to go. The white silk coming out from Todd Booker this time by. 1 lap to go. And coming home, your winner, the 99J, Seth Johnson. And the official order of finish. And the Fox Lake Harbor presents All-Star Performance, Game Day Men's Health, Baling Race Equipment, BR Motorsports King Race Products, Qualifier, Finishing 12th to 10B, Nathan Crane. 11th to 69, TJ Smith. 10th to 21T, Mitchell Wright. 9th to 26, Preston Rue. 8th to 7 of Trinity UTEX. 7th to 29 OG, Tom Eller. 6th to 11, Austin Hansen. 5th to 7D, Josh Davidson. 4th to 14Z, Ryan Zielski. 3rd to 24, Eric Wilkie. 2nd to 70 of Chris Klemko. And your winner out of Heartland, Wisconsin, the 99J, Seth Johnson, sponsored by TW Metals and K4 Specialties. Now we're ready.
Out on the top of the Plymouth Dirt Track. So now Hartman and Julian off at turn number 4. Green in heat number 1. Good start from Hartman to the inside of the front row. He'll pop to the outside. Needy gonna slide up in front of Julian. Julian crosses over the Captain Jim's outsales machine down the back straightaway. Julian tries to roll the bottom off of turn number 4. Austin Hartman leads lap number 1. Julian and Needy still side by side for the second spot. And here comes Todd King now to the inside of Logan Julian as he blew through the cushion. And meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Blake Needy all over the back of Austin Hartman looking for the lead off of turn number 4. Todd King gonna grab the third spot from Logan Julian through turns 1 and 2 as Needy feeds the wheel to Hartman off of turn number 2. Hartman up and over the cushion. Needy to the lead through turns 3 and 4. Blake Needy to the lead on lap number 3 as Max Guilford to the inside of Logan Julian. He'll grab the 4th spot now. Now Julian in the 5th and final transfer, but now he'll mount a charge back at the 1NZ through turns 3 and 4. Billy Kreitz, the first car on the outside, looking in through turns 1 and 2. Needy goes, and now Todd King will look to the inside of Austin Hartman, looking for the 2nd spot. Good cushion behind the 85J of Logan Julian. He still sits in that 5th and final transfer spot. All he has to do with this heat race is transfer, and he will make it into the Horizon Whiskey Dash redraw. Needy down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 this time by 2 sticks high. 2 more to go for the Captain Jim's outsales number 79. Max Guilford, the 1NZ, starting to close in on Todd King, looking for the 3rd spot as King again tries to mount a charge at the 87A of Austin Hartman. Off at turn number 4, the white flag flies. 1 more lap to go for the IRA champion. Hartman through turns 1 and 2, still staving off the challenge of the 47 of Todd King, and through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Blake Needy gonna win heat race number 1. Austin Hartman will come home in 2nd, Todd King in 3rd, Max Guilford 4th, and Logan Julian rounds out the transfer cars. Heading to the B feature out of heat number 1, the 21H of TJ Hattie, the 68 of Dave Utek, the 3BK of Billy Kreitz. Heading into the feature, the 85J of Logan Julian, the 1NZ of Max Guilford, the 47 of Todd King, the 87A of Austin Hartman. And give it up, race fans, for your newly crowned IRA champion and heat race number 1 winner here tonight, the 79 of Blake Needy. Austin Hartman and Rossman pace the field through turns 3 and 4. And off of the corner, we'll get underway with heat race number 2. Even start between the top 2. Rossman heading in on the gas a little bit. Dover going to slide up in front of him. Here comes Joe Myers Jr. They're 3 wide off of turn number 2. Clayton Rossman threading the needle through turns 3 and 4. Joel Myers Jr. hugging the bottom off of turn number 4. Clayton Rossman tries to keep the lead, but Myers Jr. leads lap number 1. Myers Jr. looking to go 4th to 1st in this heat race. Off the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dover looks to the inside of Rossman. Rossman trying to fire back at the number 19, but can't get close off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, back through the field, Corbin Gurley into the 5th and final transfer spot in the Team Volkswagen Audi number 12. He's trying to close in on the 25 of Daniel Schlafer as the top 3 separate themselves from Schlafer in the 4th spot. Brayman, Tischendorf, and Schroeder on the outside looking in here in heat race number 2. Turns 3 and 4. Rossman starting to close in just a little bit on Joel Myers Jr. off of turn number 4. The gap last time was 8/10 of a second. It's down to 0.7 as they work now lap number 4 halfway home this time by. There's going to be 3 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Myers Jr. running that diamond line through turns 3 and 4. As Jack Dover pulls off running from the 3rd position. Dover pulls into the infield in the Essenson Racing number 53. So now Tischendorf and Brabant doing battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. Brabant on the bottom, Tischendorf on the outside off of turn number 4, side by side for 5th. Tischendorf in the wall on the front stretch. Brabant feeds in the right rear off of turn number 4. This time by the white flag flies. 1 more lap to go for Joel Myers Jr. Tischendorf sending caution to the wind on the outside of the Plymouth Dirt Track, trying to grab that 5th spot back off of turn number 4. Joel Myers Jr. goes 4th to 1st and wins heat race number 2. Clayton Rossman in the 2nd spot, and the race for 3rd of the line will go to Danny Schlafer. Corbin Gurley in 4th, and Tyler Brabant will round out the transfer cars. Close racing for the 5th and final transfer spot, but heading to the B feature out of heat race number 2, the 53 of Jack Dover, the 43 of Jeremy Schroeder, and the 26 of Tyler Tischendorf. Heading into the feature, the 99 of Tyler Brabant, the 12 of Corbin Gurley, the 25 of Danny Schlafer, the 09 of Clayton Rossman, and race fans give it up. Going 4th to 1st in heat race number 2 out of Sebastopol, California, Joel Myers Jr. Here's a replay of just his second year of 410 wing sprint car competition.
One dash to his credit, looking to punch himself into another.
Off of turn number 4, green, and heat race number 3. Good start from Garrett's on the inside of the front row. He'll slide up in front of Newman. They get close together. Garrett's powers away down the back straightaway. Aarons went up and over the cushion. He'll look to gather it back in through turns 3 and 4. Justin Erickson into the 5th and final transfer spot as Will Garrett's leads lap number 1. Scotty Knights will look to the inside of the great company number 8 through turns 1 and 2. Garrett's tries to power away from the 2-time IRA champion on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, race for 3rd through turns 3 and 4. Jake Newman on the bottom. Cruz Dickerson on the outside. Dickerson gets a run on Newman down the front straightaway. Cruz Dickerson into the 3rd spot in the number 4D. Newman tries to cross him over off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. Here comes Travis Aarons. Aarons to the outside of Justin Erickson through turns 3 and 4. Aarons grabs the spot off of the 4th corner. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Will Garrett's powers away down the back straightaway. Was the high point man at the Jerry Richard Memorial just a few weeks ago. Looking to punch himself into his 2nd career IRA dash here tonight at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Dickerson still riding in the 4th spot. First car really on the outside of the speedway, at least through turns 1 and 2. And now he goes top shelf through turns 3 and 4. Newman trying to fire one back at the 4D. Can't get close enough off of turn number 4. Travis Aarons trying to reel in the number 3 in. Newman found victory lane last night at the Jacksonville Speedway. Trying to get close to doing it again here tonight. Multiple-time feature winner here at the Plymouth Dirt Track in his IRA Sprint Car Series career as he gets to the inside of Dickerson. They go side by side down the back straightaway as the white flag flies where Will Garrett's at the front of the field. Dickerson chops the nose off the 3 end through turns 3 and 4. Newman trying to muscle his way back to the inside, but off at turn number 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Heat number 3 here tonight will go the way of the White Claw Outlaw. Will Garrett's takes the heat race win. Scotty Knights in the 2nd spot. Cruz Dickerson in 3rd. Jake Newman 4th, and Travis Aarons in 5th. And into the B feature out of heat race number 3, the 55P of Brady Porchy, the 3 of Justin Erickson, and the 4K of Chris Spitz. Heading into the feature, the 25T of Travis Aarons, the 3N of Jake Newman, the 4D of Cruz Dickerson, the 2W of Scotty Neitzel, and race fans give it up for just his 2nd career heat race win with the IRA out of Waupun, Wisconsin, the White Claw Outlaw, Will Garrett. Championships, Shuett and Blackhurst off of turn number 4 lead him to the green. Great start from the 9K off of turn number 4. He'll slide up the hill. Thiel looks to the inside, and oh, Logan Winke upside down into the catch fence in turns 1 and 2. Logan Winke up on the bike through turns 1 and 2, finds his way into the catch fence in the 2nd corner. And the IRA safety team and the Plymouth Dirt Track safety crew out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. The 70W of Logan Winke. They'll get that car back on all 4s. Work being done to the catch fence in turn number 2 as well, just making sure it's okay. Didn't look like he got into it incredibly hard.
He is out of the car right there, located in turn number 2.
So good news over there in turn number 2. You see the driver of the 70W, Logan Winke, the youngster out of Kenosha. His first full season of 410 wing sprint car competition. And again, he did get into the fence in turn number 2. So just make speedway. And through turns 3 and 4, the 9K and the 96 gets us back underway. Another really good start from Shuett. He'll slide himself through turns 1 and 2. Blackhurst a little bit better start that time. He'll clear the 7 down the back straightaway. Thiel looks to the inside of the 96. Blackhurst shuts the door, and here comes Jordan Goldsberry. Goldsberry around the outside, 3-car race for second into turns 1 and 2. Goldsberry has to follow Blackhurst. Thiel tries to slide up the hill. Thiel slides up in front of Goldsberry down the back straightaway. Thiel again dives to the inside of Blackhurst. Goldsberry sends it to the top. Thiel slides up the racetrack right in front of the 65. That was extremely close, and now it's opening up the door for Matt Vanderveer. Vanderveer in the 5th and final transfer spot as he works down the back straightaway, trying to close in on that battle between Goldsberry and Thiel. Thiel up the hill. Goldsberry still all over him off at turn number 4. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Kyle Schuett looking to check out down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Off of the corner, this time by 4 and 4 to go for the Philo Phenom. Vanderveer had got closer to Jordan Goldsberry, but made a mistake through turns 3 and 4. Now he drops back in the Rockstar Energy Drink number 65. And oh, Cody Schlafer into the wall in turn number 2, and he goes upside down. The second red flag of the heat race for the 52 of Cody Schlafer, who, like Logan Wenke, got up and over the cushion in turn number 1 and got into the wall. And he climbed the fence a little bit in turns 1 and 2 as well. Don't know if he actually got into it or not. And that was a hard hit for the Cut and Go Trees, number 52. And the IRA safety team put back to work here again in heat race number 4. Cody Schlafer is A-OK there at turn number 2. You see him walking away from the number 52, steering wheel in hand.
You know, Cody Schlafer, we were talking about what is his 2026 plans as well, because he was strategically talking about how many races he can race even now. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Here's your Flow Racing replay.
We catch the end of it, and yeah, just the end of it is the nosedive off of the second corner. That last hit coming down on the wheels is kind of scary as well. We've seen a lot of injuries happen with those type of impacts here in 2025. Luckily, Cody Schlafer able to walk away. And again, you talked about Cody Schlafer and his plans for next year, and race fans, keep your eyes on that young man. Cody Schlafer is a fantastically talented young driver who has an incredibly bright future ahead of him. He's got the right people behind him, obviously, with his father Danny, his grandpa Al, and everything they have going on over there at Schlafer Racing. And Cody's going to be a star of the IRA for many years to come, I have a feeling, and he's shown that he has the talent to do it for sure.
And with all the rich history at the IRA banquet.
Yes. Off at turn number 4, Kyle Schuett leads us back to the green. 4 laps to go at heat race number 4. Thiel closes in on Blackhurst as Blackhurst look to the inside of Schuett. Blackhurst going to wash up the hill. Here comes Thiel down the back straight away. Again, peeks to the inside, but Blackhurst shuts the door. Thiel has to check up on the brakes, and here comes Goldsberry again. That time Goldsberry didn't lift, but he had to down the front straightaway. Here comes Matt Vanderveer to the inside of Goldsberry through turns 1 and 2. Vanderveer looking for the spot on the Rockstar Energy Drink number 65. Goldsberry to the top through turns 3 and 4, looking to gain that 4th position back from Vanderveer. Next time by, going to be just the white flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Kyle Schuett. Goldsberry again trying to mount the challenge back at Vanderveer, but down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Kyle Schuett, the Philo Phenom, going to punch his way to the dash here tonight. Blackhurst in 2nd, Scotty Thiel in 3rd, Matt Vanderveer 4th, and Jordan Goldsberry in 5th. And into the B feature out of heat race number 4, the 70W of Logan Wenke, the 52 of Cody Schlafer, and the 24 of Scott Conger. Heading into the feature, the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry, the 10V of Matt Vanderveer, the 7 of Scotty Thiel, the 96 of Jake Blackhurst. And race fans, give it up for your 4th and final heat race winner here tonight out of Philo, Illinois, the Philo Phenom, Kyle Schuett. So that will do it for heat race comp.
Behind him, about 17 points back, is Stephen Rue. Let's sort it out. Here we go. Coming over to 4, and we get a go. Down low, Wenninger. Wilkie on the outside. Wilkie again high in 4, and he'll sneak up and pass him. That'll drop him back a couple of spots. It'll be Wenninger. Rue down on the inside in that 46 hot rod. Right next to him is Brandon Berth, the 22B. Good race up front here in our first of 3 heat races for these sprint cars. And Wilkie in that 24X continuing to run up on the cushion. He's hanging on to fourth right now. Again, Winninger leads. And Berth on the outside over there in 2, trying to sneak up on Rude as we go down the backstretch. Coming over to turn number 4. Berth again, hammer down the front straightaway into turn 1. Getting a good run on the outside. He's pulling up along. Oh, he had to hit the brakes behind Winninger. Ran out of room over there coming off 2. He'll try it again in 4. Here comes Stephen Rue on the inside for the lead. Rue picks up the lead. Down the backstretch, wing to wing, what a race. Rue on the inside, Winninger on the outside, Berth right behind them. 2 laps to go. Now trying to come back as Winninger in that white 33M. Off turn 4, white flag is out, 1 more lap. Now Brandon Berth will slide up underneath Winninger for second. Down the back chute, Stephen Rue. He leads. Berth is in the second spot. And coming home third will be the 33M of Winninger, then the 24X of Wilkie. So your winning car, car number 46, Stephen Rue. That was a good race. Rue out of New Holstein. Sponsored by ZH Concrete, Conger Forklift, Bourne Logging, TR Sponsorship, Furman Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Shipper Law Office, JKH. Billy Kreitz, the former modified champion, brings him over to 4. Here we go. Fast on the outside to 59, check it, 69, Bill Taylor. Bill Taylor second. Oh, sliding up on the inside. Here comes Ben Schmidt. Ben Schmidt in third, currently working on Bill Taylor in the 69. Meanwhile, Kreitz opens up a little bit of a lead. Schmidt down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Taylor getting a good run on the high side, but oh, he swerved a little bit coming off too. And Schmidt will move up in the second. Kreitz continues to lead in the 3VK car. Schmidt second. And Bill Taylor in the 69. We got a yellow flag. 59. Turned around over there. That would be Ethan Steer. All right, coming to the green flag. All right, throttle down and away we go. Halfway through this time by. Schmidt going to the outside of Kreitz in turn 4, but Billy got a good run off the bottom. Into turn 1, Kreitz running right down near the tires and fast. 3 to go this time by. Well, Ben Schmidt dives down a little bit coming off turn 4, but Kreitz is fast. Schmidt hangs on to second. Chris Clayton started 6th. He's up into the 3rd spot. Bill Taylor now running in 4th. To go, white silk in the air. Billy Kreitz. He was the class of this race, no doubt about it. He'll get the checkered flag. So Billy Kreitz, your winner. Second spot will go to Ben Schmidt, then Chris Clayton in the 2. 51 Larson, 69 Taylor, 08 Krebsbach, 59 Steer. Sponsors on your winning car. Keel driver, former super winged modified champion here back in the 90s. But there's a few more out there that can pick them up and lay them down. All right, here we come over to turn 4. We get a go. In the 1. Oh, Gaten down low over 3 wide on the backstretch there for a moment. Into turn 3. It'll be Anthony Nerum leading the way. Carnet's on the outside down in 1. He's looking to get up in the second and at least match Ben Schmidt's finish from that other race, the second race. Now it's solid for Carnet's in the second spot. See if he can run around Nerum. This is going to be interesting, everybody. Very interesting. Nice line for Anthony Nerum coming off 4. He had it nailed. He goes high in the 1. Carnet's a little bit lower down the backstretch. We'll be reaching the halfway point now. Nerum now up on the cushion. He's picking him up and laying him down, isn't he? Kevin Carnett still in the second spot. Tony Wonder third. In fourth, Donnie Gaden. White flag will be coming out next time by, and Anthony Nerum. He looks like he has this race covered pretty well. Down the front stretch. Nerum up on the cushion. He's got about a 5-6 car length lead as he sails down the backstretch. He'll be looking at the checkered flag. Your winner, Anthony Nerum. Nerum picking up the win. Carnet's is second, so he'll stay even with Ben Schmidt in the points race. They stay tied. Tony Wondra third, Donnie Gaden fourth, TJ Smith fifth, Tristan Furseth sixth, and Frankie Perkle round out the field from that race.
Side to car number 55H. It's Mark Heinert out of Waukesha and the 18G out of Mayville, Wisconsin, Matthew Gifford. Greens out. The Fox Lake Harbor and All-Star Performance presents Baleen Race Equipment Heat Race number 1. Underway. Coming around to complete lap number 1 is Jacob Irwin. Jacob Irwin is the leader. The 22S, Brian Strain Jr. is running second. 13, Tucker Richards in third. 2 laps in the books this time around. 6 laps to go. Irwin continuing to set the pace down the back straightaway. Irwin is your leader. They'll be halfway this next time by, halfway home. Jacob Irwin, the leader in the 63, 22S, Brian Strain Jr. second. Tucker Richards still in third spot in the 13. Mike New in the 16 running fourth. New down on the inside, taking over that third spot from Tucker Richards. Mike New has moved up to third. Richards drops back to fourth in the 13. Colin Sivia now challenging on the inside. Sivia going for that fourth spot. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Colin Sivia has now moved into fourth. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Coming out of turn 3 and 4, coming home your winner of the Fox Lake Harbor All-Star Performance presents Baleen Race Equipment Heat Race number 1, Jacob Irwin. The official order of finish, finishing in 8th spot, the 18G, Matthew Gifford. 7th, the 74M, Max Branham. 6th, the 55H, Mark Heinert. 5th, the 13, Tucker Richards. 4th, the 11S, Colin Sivia. 3rd, the 16, Mike New. 2nd, the 22S, Brian Strain Jr. And your winner in the car number 63, Jacob Irwin, 16 years old, a junior at Badger High School out of Genoa City. He's been racing since 2018. Sponsored by Road Rage Designs, Quality Tire and Service, Force One Performance, Johnsburg, Illinois, John Kirk. Don't forget, last call for the 50-50. Get those tickets. Green's out. Nick Petska taking your lead down the back straightaway. One lap in the books. Petska is the leader. Derek Fortier in the second spot, the black 11. Chad Stouthammer in third in the 5S. We got a Branham family feud going on back there for fifth. The elder statesman Ron now takes over fifth in the 01. Jordan Funderburg in the 17, moving in the third spot, past Stouthammer. They'll be halfway home this next time by. 4 laps complete, 4 to go. Still Petska continuing to set the pace. Nick Petska is your leader. Petska with a lead by over a second and a half. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. White flag out, the white silk. Petska continuing to set the pace. Way out in front. Almost 2.5 seconds. And your winner, Nick Petska of the Game Day Men's Health. BR Motorsports presents King Race Products, heat race number 2 for the 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprints. The official order finish. Finishing in 7th spot, the car number 9, John Kirk. 6th, the 74 of Tim Branham. 5th, the 01, Ron Branham. 4th, the 5S, Chad Stouthammer. 3rd, the 11, Derek Fortier. 2nd, the 17, Jordan Funderburg. And your winner, the car number 18, Nick Petska in the Square 1 Dream Chaser Racing, car number 18. Give him a big round of applause, and we're now ready to go back to the bumper to bumper.
Goldsberry, a multiple-time feature winner here at Plymouth as well. A stacked Optimum Electric Dash number 1. The battle for pole will come to the green. Good start from Nimi off of the front row. He'll slide up in front of Schlafer. Here comes Julian on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll go to the second spot off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side for 4th. Jordan Goldsberry to the inside of Todd King. Now Schlafer to the inside of Julian off of turn number 4. Julian powers back around the outside in the 85J. Julian tries to stick the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Schlafer tries to go up and around the outside of the 85J. The 85 of the 25 goes side by side through turns 3 and 4. Julian on the bottom now. Schlafer on the outside. They drag race down to the line on the front straightaway. Julian going to throw the slider through turns 1 and 2. Schlafer gets up and around the outside of Julian. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the white flag's going to fly. 1 more lap to go for Blake Nemi. Looking to start on the pole tonight on his coronation night here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. As down the back straightaway, Blake Nemi slows down the back straightaway. He rolls through turns 3 and 4, and off of the corner, Danny Schlafer will win the pole position. Logan Julian in 2nd, and Jordan Goldsberry in 3rd, Todd King in 4th, and Blake Nemi breaks an Optimum Electric Dash number 1.
I'm going to say what everybody else is thinking. What just happened?
Shades of Jackson last week. What in the wide world of sports is going on here tonight at Plymouth? But either way, starting 9th in tonight's A main will be the 79 of Blake Nemi. Starting 7th, the 47 of Todd King. Starting 5th, the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry. Starting 3rd, the 85J of Logan Julian. And taking advantage of Blake Nemi's misfortune, race fans, starting on the pole here tonight out of Sussex, Wisconsin, the lone wolf, Danny Schlafer.
Yeah, it looks like he had lost power, possibly entering into turn number 3 and 4. We'll get another Flow Racing replay as well as he's kind of trucked off.
Surgents here in the second half of 2025, and Kyle Schuett looking to get back to IRA Victory Lane here at Plymouth off of turn number 4. We're green in dash number 2. Garrett Schuett's going to slide up the hill through turns 1 and 2. Schuett going to have a run on the GR8 off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes Travis Aarons down to the inside. Garrett's goes top shelf. Here comes Schuett on the bottom. Off of turn number 4, Kyle Schuett will lead lap number 1. Schuett to the lead. Garrett slides up into second. Here comes Joe Myers Jr. and Scotty Neitzel. Myers Jr. out of nowhere into the third spot. He tries to go to the bottom to take the second spot away from Garrett's. Garrett's through the middle. Here comes Travis Aarons on the outside of the GR8. Garrett's to the middle through turns 1 and 2 again. Now Aarons to his outside. He clears him off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 4, Kyle Schuett looking to start on the outside of the front row here tonight. And Scotty Neitzel into the third spot ahead of the 25 team, Travis Aarons. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Kyle Schuett gonna start second in tonight's A-Main. Joe Myers Jr. finishes second, Scotty Neitzel in third, Travis Aarons in fourth, and Will Garrett's in fifth. So starting 10th in tonight's A-Main, the GR8 of Will Garrett. Starting 8th, the 25T of Travis Aarons. Starting 6th, the 2W of Scotty Neitzel. Starting 4th, the 19 of Joe Myers Jr. And race fans, give it up for the driver that will start on the outside pole here tonight. Out of Philo, Illinois, the Philo Phenom, Kyle Schuett. Tonight at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Remember, Jack Dover was running very strong in his heat race before he had an issue earlier tonight. And Tyler Tischendorf to his outside. Off of turn number 4, the Bailing Racing Equipment B feature comes to the green. Good start from Dover. Tischendorf tried to go to the outside. He's up over the cushion through turns 1 and 2, and he drops way back through the field outside of a transfer spot as Chris Spitz bounces through the inside of turns 1 and 2. They all reshuffle, and Jack Dover leads lap number 1. Billy Kreitz into the second spot. Scott Conger into third. Justin Erickson fourth. And now Dave Utek into fifth. And now Tischendorf battling back after that first lap mistake. Gets to the inside of Utek. He's back into the fifth spot. Now the first car on the outside looking in. Justin Erickson looking for a way by the 24 of Scott Conger. Tischendorf looks to the inside of both of them, but side by side for third. Erickson looking for some insurance policy here as Conger. He goes to the inside. Tischendorf now goes to the top of turns 3 and 4. Opens up the bottom lane for Dave Utek as Erickson still working the outside lane to try and find a way by the 24 of Scott Conger. Now Dave Utek back to the inside of Tischendorf again. They are battling outside of a transfer spot. Scott Conger on the bubble right now with the number 24. Tischendorf clears the 68 of Dave Utek. He goes back top shelf through turns 1 and 2, trying to mount a charge at Conger, but now Conger closing back in on the 3 of Justin Erickson. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Jack Dover has put the keys on the counter and checked out here in this B main. Is it still Conger and Erickson side by side? Even if Tischendorf gets to both of them, nowhere really to go for the number 26 now. Here comes Chris Spitz. Spitz through the slider on Utek through turns 1 and 2. Tischendorf caught the wall on the front straightaway. Here comes Spitz to the inside of the 26 off of turn number 2. Erickson chops the nose off the 24 as Spitz now throws a huge slider on the 26 of Tyler Tischendorf. Spitz into 5th, and he might not be done there. Still 5 laps to go here in this B main as Hattie slides up in front of Tischendorf. Off of turn number 4, Billy Kreitz still riding in the second spot. Erickson in third as Spitz now starts to close in on Scott Conger. Conger looking to transfer into tonight's A-Main, but he's got a mirror full of the 4K of Chris Spitz. Here comes Spitz to the outside. How many times have we seen this year? Chris Spitz, a B-Main hero. He probably doesn't like that nickname, but he's going to have it here if he can clear the 24 of Scott Conger. That time by the flank stand. 2 laps to go for Jack Dover as Spitz caught the wall down the back straightaway. Going to have to gain all that ground back again. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for the Estenson Racing number 53. TJ Hattie looks to the inside of Chris Spitz. He'll try and throw the slider through turns 3 and 4. Gets into the side of the 4K. Hattie into 5th, but he's running out of time to catch Scott Conger as Jack Dover wins the B main by a mile. Justin Erickson going to finish in the second spot. Billy Kreitz in third, and Scott Conger will be the 4th and final transfer into tonight's feature. A chaotic B main here tonight at the Plymouth Dirt Track, but transferring into tonight's A main, the 24 of Scott Conger, the 3 BK of Billy Kreitz, the 3 of Justin Erickson. And race fans, give it up for your B main winner here tonight out of Springfield, Nebraska, the 53, the gas man, Jack Dover. And that will do it for preliminary action here tonight. Next up on the card will be the
100 years old in the front row. 65-year-old Tim Cox on the outside, 40-something Alan Taters-Hafford on the inside. Coming through 3 and 4. They're looking for the green. The odometer powered by Gandry Performance Wisconsin WingLESS Sprint Car Season Championship feature underway. Hafford takes the lead. Here comes Cox on the outside. Leader at 1 lap is Alan Taters-Hafford. Tyler Cuxhouse, the 7-Eleven, coming up on the high side, down the back straightaway. Wheel to wheel, the open wheels. Hafford still leads them. Cuxhouse running second, the 7-Eleven. Rip riding the high side. Running in third spot now, the double deuce of Greg Alt. Three laps complete, 17 to go. Cuxhouse sticking to that high line. Cuxhouse losing that second spot now to the 22 of Greg Alt. Alt down to the inside challenging. Adam Taylor in the 8T is running third. Five in, 15 to go. Oh, almost spun it, saved it. On the 22, Taylor's right there in the 18. Taylor down the back straightaway. And look who's moving up. The veteran Dennis Spitz in the 41, up to 6th. Whoa, and Egan into the wall. Almost went over. We got a yellow. Rusty Egan got a little too high in turn number 3, caught the outside wall, spun it around, got up on 2 wheels, back down, but he's climbing out of the car, not the way he wanted to finish the night. Definitely going to have to go off on the hook, and the night is done. But he is okay. Give him a big round of applause. Rusty Egan. Egan wife Jennifer, Alyssa, and Blake. Sponsored by Comfort Awning. Lights extinguished. Looking for the green. Green's back out. Taylor shooting to the high side on the restart. Hafford sticking to the low line. 3 wide for second. Cuxhouse in the 7-Eleven now has gotten up in the second spot. Approaching the halfway point, next time by. Lost flag signal from starter Todd Booker. In, 10 to go. Alan Taters-Hafford the leader in the 38. 7-Eleven, Tyler Cuxhouse second. And now the 14 AJ, Tim Cox has moved into third. Worked his way around. Taylor in the 8T. Taylor now says, I'm going to rim ride on the high side. Everybody else seems to be bottom feeding, except Taylor in the 8T. Down the back straightaway. Zielski in the black-tailed 14 moves up a spot. Actually moves into 4th. And we are yellow. Yellow for Monsieur Dubry. 3 and 4. Taters, Hafford leading them. Green's back out. Down the back straightaway. There goes Cook's House. Tyler Cook's House taking the lead in the 7-11. Alan Taters Hafford, the 38 running second. Now the 14, Zielski is up to third. And we are yellow. We got Eric Wilkie in the 24 car. Out of shape up there on the high side in turn 2. Climbing out of the car, tossed his steering wheel already out. Tyler Cook's House bringing him around. Green's back out. Tyler Cook's House pulling away a little bit now on the restart. The open hand from Todd Booker. 5 to go. Cook's House almost a second lead now. Hafford in the 38, still second. Zielski, the 14Z, running third. 8T, Taylor in fourth. Three laps to go. To go this time by 2 to go. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Down the back straightaway, Cook's House has gotten around Taylor for position. But your winner, the 7-11, Tyler Cook's House. Official order of finish, finishing 22nd with a D and S. The 69, TJ Smith. 21st, the 10B, Nathan Crane. 20th, the 50, Rusty Egan. 19th, the 24, Eric Wilkie. 18th, the 4G, George Gaitner the 3rd. 17th, the 21T, Mitchell Reich. 16th, the 7, Trinity Utek. 15th, the 11, Austin Hansen. 14th, the 17, Bryce Andrews. 13th, 29, OG, Tom Eller. 12th, 70, Chris Klemko. 11th, 99J, Seth Johnson. 10th, the 26, Preston Rue. 9th, the 70, Josh Davidson. 8th, the 29J, Ralph Johnson. 7th, the 41, Dennis Spitz. 6th, the 22, Greg Alt. 5th, the 8T, your champion, Adam Taylor. 4th, the 14, AJ, Tim Cox. 3rd, in the Baleen Race Equipment Hard Charger, the 14Z, Ryan Zielski. 2nd, the 38, Alan Hafford. And your winner, the 7-11, Tyler Cook's. The LRD Race Products, Kutzler Express, Buying Racing Equipment, Sevsic Motorsports, C2 Motorsports, Mortgage, Oaks, Super Shocks, Avon Automotive, BMRE, and Landon Shot Design, and DC Racing, Bodycraft, and JB Earth Solutions, all sponsors. Send it down to Maddie to get some words in with Tyler.
Hey, for Tyler and the entire crew. Tyler, come on down. What an impressive run. Down the backstretch, about 7 laps remaining. It was all or nothing. You had to make a move on Taters with Hafford. There was a stacked field behind you. What were you thinking going down the back straightaway trying to make that pass for the lead?
Man, that was definitely a challenging race. I really wanted the top to come in, but when we biked it really bad in 3 and 4, we definitely lost a cylinder or two. So it was, yeah, pretty lucky we were just running the bottom there, and you know, I came from go-karting around the bottom. When you leave the door wide open in 3, I'm going to take it. So I didn't touch him. I just tried to get it right. I beat him to it, and, you know, I knew I just had to stay on those tires and not hit him, and we did pretty good at that. It was really awesome.
You have a whole family here behind you that's here for the win. I heard somebody say, I'm here for this win. How important is it for you to have your family behind you this entire season?
This is really awesome. I mean, they're here every single weekend. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow, so it's pretty awesome, pretty good present to give her. My sister's in town. My girlfriend's here. My dad, my boss is here, so I got a job on Monday at least. But no, I really just got to thank everyone on this race car. I mean, Bean Basements, Super Shocks right there. The guy that makes them's right there. LRD Products, JB Solutions, C2 Motorsports, Victory Lane, Hot Shots, Cutser Corp, Sebzig Motorsports, Chuck Berry Race Cars, Victory Lane, BMRE. Brad Miller called me today and said I'm going to win it. So he called that one, so it's really awesome, and really awesome to get done here in Plymouth.
Well, congratulations. One more time, race fans, for the 7-Eleven, Tyler Coxhouse. Impressive racing all around. We will talk to our 2025 WingLESS champion as well. Race fans, put your hands together one more time for Adam Taylor. Taylor, what a stellar season for you and the entire team. You came from midget racing. What was it like tackling this whole new level of racing with the WingLESS sprint car?
You know, it started with Dennis Doherty called me last year to run Chicagoland at the end of the year, and you know, we got a 7th on the first night, won it the second night, and then we talked to him over the winter, and originally we were only going to run maybe 8-10 races through the year. Then after started winning, got the leading points, that came to me and asked me if I wanted to run for the championship, and I couldn't turn it down, you know.
Congratulations.
You too, Tyler. But come from the midgets to this, it's completely different driving style. You know, midgets, you've got to be on kill 100% of the time. I mean, you doing this too, but these are a lot heavier of a car, and believe it or not, they're a little bit easier to drive, so it helped adjusting a little bit. But yeah, it's been an awesome year. I got to thank the fans for coming, everybody with IRA, Steve, Horizon Carpentry, Mongo Crane, Spankin Motorsports, just everybody that's been there. I don't even know how many races we've ran this year, but for every one of them, my family, you know, most of these tracks are 3, 4, 5 hours away for us. So we spend a lot of time on the road, so I couldn't do it without them. But just thanks to the fans and everybody again for coming out tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your 2025 Wisconsin WingLESS Sprint Car Series champion, Adam Taylor. Lauren Kelly, I'll throw it back up to you.
Everyone here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, we thank you so very much for your attendance here this evening on championship night. And as the field paces through turns 3 and 4, I invite you all to get up out of your seats, get up on your feet to salute the best of the Upper Midwest going 4 abreast. This is the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars. Up and down the starting grid, but it's Danny Schlafer and Kyle Schuett on the front row of this one. Two of the best young drivers in the country start right behind them through turns 3 and 4 and off of the corner. We're green for 30 laps here at Plymouth. Good start from Schlafer on the bottom. His lines up in front of Schuett. Logan Julian looks to go to the lead on lap number 1. Looks to get to the inside of Danny Schlafer. Julian to the bottom through turns 3 and 4. Schlafer got tight up on the cushion. Off at turn number 4, Logan Julian leads lap number 1. Danny Schlafer trying to come back at the 85J through turns 1 and 2. Joe Myers Jr. gets to the inside of Kyle Schuett. He'll grab the 3rd spot off of the 2nd quarter. Travis Aronson the wall off at turn number 2. We stay green. Logan Julian pops up to the outside in front of Danny Schlafer. He'll go to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Schlafer up on the top. Here comes Joe Myers Jr. Myers Jr. closing in on the 25 off of the 2nd corner and down the back straightaway. The Velocity Engineering number 19 to the inside of the 25. And multiple car incident in turn number 1. See the 4D of Cruz Dickerson, the 3 of Justin Erickson. Appears to be the 25 of Travis Aarons. And 1 car on its side in turn number 1 as well. And that is the newly crowned 2025 IRA Rookie of the Year, Max Guilford, on his side in turn number 1. And the cars involved there, the 3 of Justin Erickson, Max Guilford in the 1NZ, the 4D of Cruz Dickerson, and the 25T of Travis Aarons stopped over there in turn number 1. 2 laps complete out of our 30-lap feature as the red flag flies. See Travis Aarons out of the car having words with Cruz Dickerson over there in turn number 1, obviously not happy at all. Didn't see what happened over there. Turn number 1, Travis Aarons, again, very upset. And Maddie, you're down there in the infield. What can you see from your vantage point?
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. I do see that the 1NZ and the 3 are possibly electing to go to the work area there as well. The 4 of Cruz Dickerson and 25T of Travis Aarons will retire for the night, but I do believe we will see both of those cars that I had mentioned previously go to the work area and possibly resume racing.
Here at Plymouth, Logan Julian takes the field back to the green flag. Great restart from the 85J. Schlafer goes top shelf through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. tries to roll the bottom to get side by side with Schlafer down the back straightaway. Myers Jr. to the inside. Schlafer slams the door on the 19. He has a run on Julian. Julian clears both of them off at turn number 4. Julian continues to lead in 85J. Myers Jr. throws the slider on Danny Schlafer. Schlafer sneaks around the outside of the Velocity Engineering number 19. That is the best thing that Logan Julian can see in his rearview mirror if he had one. But now Myers Jr. to the inside of Schlafer through turns 1 and 2. He goes, sticks the bottom. Schlafer bites up on the cushion. Here comes Kyle Schuett. Schuett in the 4th spot looking for more in the Progressive Propane number 9K. He goes to the bottom through turns 3 and 4. Jordan Goldsberry following him. Meanwhile, Scotty Neitzel looking for a top 5 spot. He gets by the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry as Kyle Schuett again works to the inside of Danny Schlafer off at turn number 2. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Logan Julian starting to be reeled in ever so slightly by the 19 of Joel Myers Jr. Myers Jr. committing to the top through turns 1 and 2. Julian so good on the bottom of turns 1 and 2 as Kyle Schuett goes to the 3rd spot ahead of Danny Schlafer in the number 25. Schuett slow rolling the bottom of the Plymouth Dirt Track like he's done so many times at other racetracks. Ironically, his one win here at Plymouth came ripping the outside of the racetrack. Through turns 3 and 4. Now Julian enters lap traffic as once again Neitzel, Goldsberry, and Schlafer resume their battle for 4th. As through turns 1 and 2, Julian to the top through turns 1 and 2 got a little bit tight. Myers Jr. opted to run the bottom down on that end of the racetrack before they get into lap traffic. Julian looks extremely tight on the top of the racetrack. See if he can change that through turns 1 and 2. Tiptoeing around the outside of the Plymouth Dirt Track as Myers Jr. continues to close in as now Jordan Goldsberry looks to the inside of Danny Schlafer. That's the battle for 4th. Julian continues to lead, puts the number 24 of Scott Conger by the wayside. Myers Jr. tries to do the same thing, but he bounces off the cushion and gets tight. Kyle Schuett is closing in on both of them. It was 1.3 seconds, the gap between Joel Myers Jr. and Kyle Schuett the last time by, but he's going to have Scott Conger in his way now. Myers Jr. to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Has a run on Julian off of the 2nd corner. They work down the back straightaway. Myers Jr. to the inside. Julian up on the top. Junior tries to slow roll it off of the 4th corner. Julian powers back around the outside. Now Julian chops the nose off the 19 through turns 1 and 2. Julian, a very smart move to take that bottom lane away for the 19. Now he has Billy Kreitz on his outside. He'll work to the 3BK's inside off of turn number 4. Julian puts another lap car between himself and Joel Myers Jr. Julian has to go back top shelf through turns 1 and 2 as he's got the 3 of Justin Erickson, the next car to work by, but the bottom in turns 1 and 2 so good right now here in Plymouth. Billy Kreitz actually unlapping himself on the 85J. Julian chops the nose off the 3BK through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. going to have him right in his face off of turn number 2. Kyle Schuett still holding on to the 3rd spot. Jordan Goldsberry in 4th, Danny Schlafer in 5th. Next time by, halfway home, 15 in, 15 to go for Logan Julian. Myers Jr. to the top through turns 1 and 2 again. A yellow flag flies the 53 of Jack Dover slow on the back straightaway. Left rear tire down on the carpet land, number 53, and he exits the racing surface off the backstretch. He'll head to the out-of-state roofing work area. 15 laps in, halfway home in this one. And it's been an all-out duel in lap traffic between Logan Julian and Joel Myers Jr. Two of the best up-and-coming teenagers in the entire country in the terms of Wing 410 sprint car racing doing battle here at Plymouth as Jack Dover pulls the 53 into the out-of-state roofing work area to the attention of the Estenson racing team. Just back to the green, 16 laps to go here at Plymouth. Another great restart from Julian. Both he, Myers Jr. and Schuett go to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Goldsberry to the top. First car to pop out of line. Myers Jr. to the bottom through turns 3 and 4. Julian up on the top shelf. Off of the fourth corner. They're going to be side by side on the front straightaway. Julian to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. goes to the top. Swapping lanes on either end of the racetrack. Julian pulls about a 5-car length gap of the 19. Did Joe Myers Jr. bait him through turns 3 and 4? Julian on the bottom. Myers Jr. up on the top. Julian committing to the bottom all the way around the racetrack. Myers Jr. up on the top shelf. Through turns 3 and 4 is Jordan Goldsberry. Grabs the third spot away from Kyle Schuett. Myers Jr. to the top off of the fourth corner. He has a run on the 85J. Julian to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. going to have that high side momentum, but again, the bottom off of turn number 2 is so good. Julian pops back to the top. Here comes Myers Jr. on the bottom of the racetrack. Gets Jake Blackers, pulls into the infield, running second and 8 points. Through turns 1 and 2, Julian starting to open up that gap back up, but he missed the bottom just a little bit on corner entry. Jordan Goldsberry still ahead of Kyle Schuett in the race for third. Myers Jr. now just follows Julian through turns 3 and 4. Julian back to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. up on the top. Schuett back to the inside of Goldsberry looking for the third spot off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Blake Nemi, the IRA champion, into the 5th spot of the number 79. That time by 10 laps to go here at Plymouth for Logan Julian. Joe Myers Jr. doing absolutely everything he can. Best race on the racetrack right now between Danny Schlafer and Blake Nemi for a top 5 spot between the 79 and the 25. But now Julian into lap traffic once again. Scott Conger on the bottom of the racetrack. Into the dirty air behind the lap cars through turns 3 and 4. Julian on the top. Myers Jr. follows him 3 car lengths the gap as they cross the start-finish line with 8 laps to go. Goldsberry and Schuett now starting to close in on the 85J and the number 19. Julian back to the top through turns 3 and 4, trying to keep that car as straight as he possibly can. Now the bottom's back open for him. He goes to it through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. blows through the bottom up to the top. Julian trying to run away down the back straightaway. And now Jordan Goldsberry coming into the mix in the Rockstar Energy drink number 65. That is the best thing that Logan Julian could see, is if Jordan Goldsberry can get up to the 19 of Joe Myers Jr. Now Julian with Billy Kreitz right in front of him. Off of the fourth corner. Still has Kreitz there. He's going to have to go to the top through turns 1 and 2. And he does. Car spin around in turns 1 and 2, though, the 1NZ of Max Guilford. Yellow flag flies with just 5 laps to go. Max Guilford in the Honest Abe Roofing 1NZ, involved in his second incident of the night, spun around in turns 1 and 2. Takes the field through the middle and to the bottom of turn number 4. Back to racing, 5 to go. Good restart from Julian. He'll go to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. to the top. He's going to sell out in the Velocity Engineering number 19. Has a little bit of a run on Julian. He's going to chuck it to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Somehow sticks it. Julian powers back around the outside. 4 laps to go here at Plymouth. Julian to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. again to the outside. Julian with a great run off of the second corner. Kyle Schuett looks back to the inside of Jordan Goldsberry in their race for third. Julian off of turn number 4. 3 laps to go, but Joe Myers Jr. is coming. The 19 at the top through turns 1 and 2. Julian needs another great drive off of the second corner. He's got it. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Joe Myers Jr. all over the tail tank of the 85J as they work down the front straightaway. This time by just 2 more laps to go. Julian on the bottom. Myers Jr. up on the top. Julian another great run through turns 1 and 2. Myers Jr. got a little bit tight up on the cushion. He's going to need to have the last lap of his life off of turn number 4. The white flag's out. 1 more lap to go. Logan Julian on the bottom. Myers Jr. up on the top. Julian bounces off the infield tire, but it might not matter. He's going to block to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Myers Jr. sells out on the top. Off of turn number 4. Logan Julian gets it done at Plymouth. Myers Jr. in second. Jordan Goldsberry in third. Kyle Schuett in fourth, and Blake Nemi in fifth. How about it, Plymouth? Your podium here tonight at the Rick Schmidt Memorial. In third, the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry. In second, the 19-year-old Californian, Joel Myers Jr. And how about it for the 16-year-old from right here in Wisconsin taking home $7,000, Logan Julian. And with that victory, Logan Julian is now the winningest driver in 2025 with the IRA Sprint Car Series, picking up his 4th feature win of the season. And every single one of them has come since August. That 85J has been on an absolute tear here in the later half of 2025, basically since the Knoxville break. And Blake Neamy pulls down on the front straightaway as well as the 2025 IRA champion. And close it out very well indeed with a 5th place run. He's out of the car, climbing up on top. Logan Julian gets it done at the season finale. We will send it down trackside to Madeline Rue, with the 16-year-old Logan Julian picking up his 4th win of 2025.
So that makes him the driver with only 4 wins. He's the only one this season to have completed that enormous task. Congratulations, Logan. In case you missed it, you are the only driver this season on tour that has won 4 times, let alone after the month of August. How incredible of a feat is that for you and your family team?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's awesome, for one. I can't thank my dad enough. You know, we've been busting our butts this year, and you know, we started off pretty decent, but then, you know, nothing really turned around till Knoxville. And yeah, I mean, last half of the year is really when we got everything. But that's crazy. I'm kind of interested to see what we can do next year. You know, when we have a full season to kind of work off of what we have now. I'm happy my brother can finally make it. He hasn't been able to see a win. He actually left the week of my first win, so he finally came down. We got him to see one. Yeah, man, what a race. I knew starting 3rd, seeing all the marbles in the middle, I knew that that the bottom of 1 and 2 was really good. So I just tried to roll it the best I could, and I mean, I think Danny slid Kyle, so I just kind of stuck the bottom and ran it, and then I moved up to the top in 3 and 4, and it seemed to be fine. I mean, I didn't see any noses from people. I was a little nervous in lap traffic just because, you know, I'd start to get in there and I'd start to get around people, and it seemed like I wasn't really pulling away from them like crazy. Like, I was seeing some lappers pull up next to me on the bottom of 3 and 4, so I was just kind of wondering, you know, if the bottom's better or the top's better. You know, I didn't really know, but you know, on that last restart when I saw Joel peek his nose in on the first lap, I kind of figured that, you know, he wouldn't have been able to keep up with me on like an open run. That's why he pulled the trigger so early, I guess. I guess I'm just trying to think about that. But yeah, then I, you know, blocked the bottom in 3 and 4 just because I know he throws big sliders, and I didn't want to catch one. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't thank everybody on this car enough. Ludwig and Sons Trucking, Mellowcraft, Scotty's here again. Man, Oosberg Concrete, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Factory Cane Shocks, Maxim Chassis, Oak Creek Automotive. We got Bobby here tonight, so it's nice to see him. Glad we could get a win for him while he was here. Box 3 Media, Simpson Racing Products, R&H. Yeah, Hefner Racing Products. Oh, man, this is crazy for sure.
It's one heck of a win for you and your team. You're $7,000 richer. The Rick Schmidt family is here with your trophies as well. Race fans, put your hands together one more time for Logan Julian. Place tonight, Joel Myers Jr. What an incredible feature here as well. I know second place isn't where you want to go, but that 19 just really got good restarts, and you just had everything you could give that 85J.
Yeah, just yellows didn't follow away with lap traffic. You know, I definitely had the pace to run with him. Just you know, he kind of just made the right lane choices at the right time, and yeah, just, you know, obviously wasn't as good as the 85 there to beat them. But congrats to them. They've, you know, had an incredible year the last half of the year. So yeah, just can't thank, you know, Alec and Courtney enough. They've worked their butts off. You know, it's not fun just a couple of us on the road, but they've worked their butts off, and we've gotten through. And can't thank Brody and Sarah Haywood enough, and Dad and Lisa, just everybody that supports this thing. Brad Alexander's helped me a lot the last couple of weeks just with shocks and trying a bunch of stuff. So huge shout out to him, and you know, bring on Jacksonville next weekend.
We've really enjoyed having you this season as well. Race fans, put your hands together for Joel Myers Jr. Jordan Goldsberry rounding out our podium here tonight. I'm going to make sure I don't get caught up in a camera blockage there. Jordan, what a way to end the season. I know that the top 3 in points you're locked into as well, some way, I believe. But man, podium here tonight, podium in points. What a great way to end the 2025 season.
Yeah, it feels great. I wish we've been running pretty good the last several weeks. I wish we could have done that earlier in the year, but that's all right. I mean, it feels good to go out with a strong finish and something to build on for next year.
Absolutely. Any people, partners you want to thank for the year?
Rockstar Energy Drink, Flamin' Hot, Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, Ryan Auto, Mike's here, so good that we had a good run. Say hi to Lexi and Kristen at home. Dad, Kevin, Carter, they've been helping us a lot lately, and it feels good.
One more time, race fans, for the 65 of Jordan Goldsberry, rounding out our podium here tonight. We will get a chance to talk to Blake Niemi in just a moment. We will roll him into victory lane shortly. We talked about this in the broadcast, that both Lauren and I were like, hey, what are your intentions in 2025? What are your intentions? And your intentions were very clear. You are not running for points. But to stand here today as our 2025 champion, can you put that into some kind of words for us?
Yeah, I lied. So we were going to run it ever since I-55 rained out. And, we don't have a lot of spares, so we got to manage it. And, we're one big catastrophe away from taking several weeks off. And, just got to be thankful for my team. When we had a mag go bad and then the motor went sour and, I had to rent one and, they thrashed for, the whole week to get it ready. And just so proud of my team. They deserve to win all year long. But, we'll get them next year. We'll be back to legitimately a part-time schedule unless we get the perfect rainouts again. But, we just saw an opportunity at the, roughly midway part of the season. We had to go for it. So just got to thank all my sponsors, my team. My brother's here and it's his birthday, that's what this means to this family, and just a big moment for everybody.
I know that you had mentioned this on your Facebook here. You talk a lot about your family with your dad, and you had posted on Facebook that Grandpa would be proud. What an awesome moment for you and your family. It's an incredible moment. I know that we talked briefly about it, but what an outstanding moment for you and your dad and your brother and everybody here as well. So congratulations.
Thank you.
One more time, race fans, for Blake Niemi, your 2025 IRA champion. George Bauman with the call for the 360 feature as well.
You get one more chance for sure. 4 wide coming down the backstretch. When they come off turn 4, you folks down here in turn number 4, you better be up and waving and sending them off. The Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA sprint cars, here they come down the front stretch. Looking mighty good, looking good. All right, all right. Thank you so much, everybody. They appreciate that. All right. Track is ready. Elbows up, everybody. We are racing. Oh, Chris Larson. Oh, my. Your pole car gets turned around between 1 and 2. He will not be happy about that. He should be happy, though, that nobody collected him. What a job by all these drivers getting through there. Donnie Gaden coming to the line. Here we go. Oh. Your leader, Chris Clayton. Price is in the second spot. Kevin Carnison third. Birth fourth. Schmidt fifth. Oh, Schmidt gets a run on Birth down low in 1 and 2. Chris Clayton, your leader. Chris Clayton running on the bottom side of the racetrack. And he is opening up a bigger lead on Billy Kreutz. Ben Schmidt up to third. Carnets now back to fourth. Perth in fifth. Clayton, your leader in the 2-car. He will now start lapping through cars. Ben Schmidt now up running in the second spot. Clayton's lead getting bigger every lap. 3-second lead for your leader, the 2-car, Chris Clayton. Second place, Ben Schmidt. Third, Billy Kreutz. Fourth, Brandon Berth. And back in the fifth spot is Kevin Garnitz. Halfway home. Boy, your leader, Chris Clayton in the 2, just continues to lap cars. Got it hooked up tonight. That brake drum is red hot, and that disc brake in the back, red hot. To go. Next time by for your leader. 4 to go. Next time by, there it is. Get ready, checkered flag will be coming out. The 2-car. Double checkers are in the air. Oh, trouble. Oh, slow him down. That would be your leader, although he took the double checker to get the win. Chris Clayton and TJ Smith out of Greenville. Nowhere to go, and well, you see where he is and what happened. So, we'll get them apart. We've got to get your winner over here. Ben Schmidt finished second. That makes him your MSA champion for 2025. Kevin Karnitz, who was in the heat of the battle, finished 9th, so that would be good enough to make him the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing track champion for 2025. So your top 10, the 69 of Taylor would be 10th. Karnitz in the 63K 9th. Shane Wenninger in the 33M 8th. Donnie Gayden, 27G 7th. Stephen Rue, nice drive for him, finishing in the 6th spot. Billy Kreitz in the 3BK 5th. Tony Wondra, the 11, 4th. Brandon Berth, sitting right here in front of me, 3rd. Ben Schmidt, 2nd. And, of course, your winner will be the 2-car of Chris Clayton. Still sitting down there between 1 and 2. Your champion, and Karnitz will be the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing champion. Hi, Jacob. How are you? I'm going to talk to that guy. He's the winner, and you got a trophy for the winner? That's nice of you. You live in Racine? Yep. I knew you did. All right, was Rick Schmidt your great-grandpa?
Just a friend relative.
Oh, I see. A friend and relative. Well, that's cool. He was a great guy. I was lucky to know him.
I was on Al's crew.
You were?
Yeah.
Big Al.
Yep.
All right. Excuse me, folks. There he goes. Okay, get that helmet off, and we're going to talk real quick. Got to keep things moving along here. Chris Clayton. I warned you, folks. He's fast. Gets all his harnesses off, and he'll be coming over here quickly. This young man here from the Schmidt family, he's got a beautiful trophy for him. Come over here, Chris. Boy, when you win a race, you don't just win it by a little bit. You just take off.
By a lot, little, I don't know.
A lot.
That's good. I'll take it.
You know, I was watching you, and you came out earlier just snooping around at the track, and you were thinking about that inside groove. Looked to me like you liked it.
Yeah, I don't really go anywhere else. I like it. You just catfish around the bottom, and it does me well.
Good for you. Now, you haven't won too many of these features yet. A couple?
The last two I ran are the only two I won.
The last two. Well, that's a good road record. Chris, congratulations. Whatever you do in the future, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chris Clayton, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. Now we'll quickly get over here. It's like we got a party going on over here. Schmidt. Where's Ben Schmidt? Surrounded by all these people? Come here, Ben. If you want to win a championship, you got to talk to me. That's part of the deal. You knew what you had to do going into this race, and you did it. Stay ahead of that other car, right?
Yeah, the guys gave me another great car. I know we were watching the points. Points have been really close probably last month and a half here. We've been kind of creeping up on them, and I know we just needed to stay ahead of them, and I wasn't sure how the track was going to shape up, or that caution on the front kind of with the 51 kind of maybe messed up our plans a little bit, but in the end it still worked out, and we ended up second. Congrats to Chris Clayton on another feature win. Man, this car's been awesome here all year. We had 2 motor DNFs, which kind of took us out of the Plymouth points. I'd like to congratulate Kevin on his Plymouth championship. Man, these guys battled right back. Came from a big deficit with these 2 DNFs, so I got to thank my wife, Lincoln, Braden, Jack, my family up in Section B,
everybody that bought a shirt this year, cheer me on. Man, this pit crew has been awesome. Our sponsors have been awesome. Gibbsville Cheese, Bitter Newman, Winter Family Cattle, Elite Builds, Professional Bleeding. Just want to wish Larry Dietz a hopefully he gets better here soon. We miss him at the track. Vandervaart Concrete Products, Odyssey Fun Center, Funky Monkey Beach Bar, American Dream Realty, Pit Stop Pizza, Gutchow Detailing, Jossful Electric, Rue Woodworking, Gaden Auto Body. Man, there's just so many guys here to help us out. It's just HRP Wings. I always forget to mention them, but man, them guys plant our car to the track. It's just awesome. Slade Shocks, just phenomenal this year. This was awesome. Last year we kind of had it locked up before the night. This year was a little more exciting with only 4 points separating. So hope you guys liked that little battle we had tonight, and it was awesome running with Kevin and Chris and Brandon tonight. We had a great time. So thank you guys for coming out.
Congratulations, Ben Schmidt, your MSA champion.
Still feels great. Can't thank my crew, Dan and Debbie, for giving me the opportunity to drive for them, and all our partners. We can't do it without any of them. Obviously, these things are won in the shop, and like I said, hats off to my crew, week in and week out. 0 DNFs this year due to any mechanical failure, anything. Obviously, Steve, our engine builder, amazing engine. Like I said, just couldn't be happier, and finally did it at my home track. So this is unbelievable.
First win here at Plymouth.
First championship, and that was when I was sitting in those stands long time ago. So this is bittersweet.
That's good. Congratulations, Kevin. You are the track champion for Plymouth Dirt Track Racing.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
That sounded good. Thanks again. All right, there you got it.
Lights extinguished. The Bodycraft Pace Truck makes its final left turn into the Plymouth Dirt Track infield. Coming through turn 3 and 4. Looking for the green. Green's out. The 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprint feature underway. Jacob, whoa, we got a car upside down and we are red. The 18G, Matthew Gifford out of Mayville. Upside down in turn number 1. Fire and safety team slowly getting the car back over. There he's climbing out. Give him a big round of applause, fans. Matthew Gifford. Season championship and final race of 2025. Looking for the green. Green's back out. Mike New jumping out in front on the start. New setting the pace. 1 lap in. Jacob Irwin running in second spot. Ryan Strain Jr., your champion, is now up into second. 2 young guns going at it. Irwin in the 63. Strain in the 22. Meanwhile, Mike New, check it out. Two teenagers battling for second and third, but it's the veteran Mike New, the leader. Mike New, the 16. Brian Frank Jr. in the 22 second. 5 in, 15 to go. Nick Petska, the white winged 18, running fourth. Chad Stouthammer in the 5S in fifth. And Mark Heinert in the 55 has moved up to sixth. Coming up on some lap traffic. To the leader in the 16. Halfway, I believe, this time by halfway home. Actually looks like cross flag's gonna come up pretty soon. Now we got halfway home, your leader Mike New in the black 16. He's working lap traffic. 22S, Brian Strange Jr. running second. 63, Jacob Irwin third. 18, Nick Penska fourth. Five S, Chad Stouthammer in fifth. Stouthammer in the 5 has moved up to fourth. Mark Heinert on the inside of the 18, Nick Penska. Heinert has now moved up to fifth spot. Mark Heinert, 5 laps to go. Definitely in. Running for the Bailey Hard Charger. 4 laps to go. But doesn't have enough time. We're 2 laps to go. Here comes the 22. 22. Wayne and New. White flag out. Down the back straightaway. Here they come for the finish. And it's going to be Mike New, your winner. Official order of finish under the 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprint Season Championship feature. A DNS for the 11, Derek Fortier. 14th, the 18G, Matthew Gifford. 13th, 74, Tim Branham. 12th, 74M, Max Branham. 11th, 01, Ron Branham. 10th, the 9, John Kirk. 9th, the 18, Nick Petska. 8th, the 17, Jordan Funderburg. 7th, the 11S, Colin Sivia. 6th, the 13, Tucker Richards. 5th, the 55H, Mark Heinert. 4th, the 63, Jacob Irwin. 3rd, the 5S, Chad Stouthammer. And 2nd, and your champion, I'll talk to him in just a minute, Brian Strain Jr. And your winner, the car number 16, Mike New out of Pleasant Prairie. Mike getting the helmet off. And Larry, Mike, congratulations, great run. 1 minute, he's got a little wing walk to do here.
Don't hurt yourself. All right, Mike New, your winner. Dad can hang on to that for a minute. Mike, congratulations, great run. Got there in the front, and then you had all the young guns around you, but you held your own and really had this 16 flying like a rocket.
Yeah, this is my favorite track. I got my first win here 15, I don't know how long ago, 13, 14 years ago. We ended the season last year with the victory of the same race. I thought that was going to be my end. Retired, came back semi-retired, unretired at the end of this year to help the club out with car count, and the old man still got it, but boy, man, I am tired and out of shape. I didn't know where anybody was. I saw Brian show me the nose on the white flag lap and figured I had to use Tim as a pick and just stay on the bottom down here, and should be okay. But congrats to Brian on the championship. Brian and Brian Sr. and Brian Jr. They should have been, should have been back-to-back champions for them if it wasn't for some bad luck at the end of last season. But congrats to them. The kid's a hell of a driver.
And sponsors you want to thank getting to victory lane, besides Dad.
Yeah, there's a boatload of sponsors on here, 1175. Not only sponsors of our cars, but also the series as a whole. Square One Heating and Cooling has been with us for almost forever, since day one of this team. We got the Reflection Salon. Who else we got? Bauer Construction, J&F Auto Glass, and obviously Dad. So thank you to all the partners, and we couldn't do without them, and thanks for sticking around.
Not retiring, are you?
Yeah, we'll see about that now. I got to give one more shout out, again, Brian, for the championship. Where is Colin Sivia, our 13-year-old Rookie of the Year? I think he should be down here too, so congrats to him as well.
Congratulations, great job.
Thank you very much.
Give him a round of applause, Mike New. And now we're coming over, and we're going to get a word in with Brian. Come on out of the front of the car here. These guys are taking a bunch of pictures. If we can get Colin Sivia out here, that would be fine, if we can get him out here real quick. Brian, congratulations. I understand as soon as you pretty much took a green in the feature event, it was your championship. And tell the folks about your championship season.
Yeah, this season hasn't been anything like last season. I would say dominated, but this season's been great. I mean, we've had problems left and right. Thanks, Larry. But I knew I couldn't let Mike have it too easy tonight. I wasn't going to give up or let anyone win, so I figured I'd try to run the feature as best as I could, and I did the best that the car would give me, and I guess that's that.
And sponsors you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Ackerman, SW Underground, Nathan, my grandpa's here tonight, my uncle. Anyone who's helped, Larry, and everyone who's been a help to us. It wouldn't be possible without you guys and the fans that are still here that I see migrate into the pits. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Give him a big round of applause. Brian Strain Jr., your 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprint champion. And that's going to wrap it up for me down here in the infield. Until we see you next time, this is Mike Babbitts wishing you a pleasant evening. Best of tomorrows. Remember, kids, just so you know the drugs. Good night. God bless. And I'll throw it up to Lauren.